E101, and I will be performing the monologue, Fear Responses, written by Emma Ashby. Thank you. Hi, I'm Jamie Anderson. I'm going to be your substitute teacher for science today. As you all know, Mr. M could not make it to class today because he's in court. Now, I'm honored that your school chose me to come up here today and give my presentation on the fear responses. I love puzzles. I've always loved puzzles. Ever since I was a kid, the thought of how so many tiny pieces of cardboard could all come together and form such a complex and intricate piece of art, it fascinated me. I would stay in during recess putting together puzzles, but I could never finish them. There was always a singular piece missing. I would spend weeks looking for that missing piece, but I could never find it. So I improvised. I cut out the shape of the missing piece into my cereal box, colored it in how I imagined it would look, and finished the puzzle. Every puzzle I reassembled always had my own personal touch added to it. I later found out that Nick, my schoolyard bully, had been stealing the pieces to mess with me. But I didn't care. I found a new way to solve puzzles, a way that nobody could mess with. Flash forward 12 years to me sitting in the school library, racking my brain out a simple psychology study. The idea of the brain's natural fear responses, fight, flight, and freeze. There's something about it never quite sat right to me. I never experienced any of these things when frightened, but why? And then I realized there was a piece missing. There were more than 3 responses. There was a hidden 4th response. Ladies and gentlemen, and middle schoolers, I present to you my greatest scientific discovery. I present to you fight, flight, freeze, and flirt. Upon further research, I discovered that this is a completely new concept and that I was completely right. I mean, if you had told me 3 years ago, back when I was in culinary school, that I would soon make one of the greatest scientific discoveries in this lifetime, I wouldn't have believed you. But look at me now. And to think, all I had to do was add my own personal touch. We believe that this 4th response is something that may have occurred in more recent times, from a mix of there not being any actual need for these fear responses in today's modern environment, and from watching too many Hallmark movies as a kid. But Jamie, what do you mean your own personal touch? How did you discover this 4th response? Well, I discovered it through observation. I first noticed it back in elementary school when my friend Jasmine, she was just like any other regular kid, but Nick liked to pick on her. Every day during recess, he would take her lunch money so he could buy an extra chocolate milk with his, and she did not like that. But one day, he thought it'd be extra fun if he would mess with her a bit before he took her money. So he snuck up behind her and pulled on her pigtails. Now, instead of turning around and punching him in the gut, like any other regular kid would do, she turned around, grabbed Nick by the face, and kissed him. Why would she kiss him? She didn't know why she would do such a thing, so her and her teacher decided it would be best if she would stay in during recess and play with puzzles instead. She didn't even like puzzles. She was super dumb, and puzzles are not for dumb kids. Or that time in middle school when I went to a haunted house and came out with 7 different numbers. 7! I don't even like men! And now you've probably realized I have this 4th response. Flirt when I'm scared. But Jamie, what do you mean? Flirting doesn't sound that bad. It's an important and useful life skill, and no, you have no idea how hard it is to have this 4th response. I tried to go on a date with my phone bill. I gave my number to a spider. I tried to kiss the concept of height. I never wanted to be a psychologist. I wanted to be a baker. Someone who could bring joy into the world through yummy treats. Someone who could somehow capture the wonder of life itself and bake it into a small confection. I realized back in culinary school I'm terrified of ovens. Turns out that little slips of paper with your phone number in them, highly flammable. I burned down the entire West Wing that day. I am in debt because I gave my phone number to an oven. I am in debt because I gave my flippin' phone number to an oven. This right here, I wouldn't recommend it. This only leads to heartbreak, misery, lost hopes and dreams, loveless relationships, and a $256,000 fine for destroying school property. Thank you.